Eric Winter of ABC's The Rookie is right here on the Rich Eisen Show. Our radio audience just returned, and to describe the photos, the pictures that you might not be seeing because you're listening on the radio, I've got 2 bottles of Palm Republic rum sitting here on my desk. This is your award-winning Palm Republic rum that launched this past June, and you have also brought what appears to be cups.
Yeah, no pressure.
And some ice here.
You never know.
Is this a 5 o'clock somewhere situation?
Yeah, it's always rum o'clock, right?
Rum.
Yeah, let me tell you, and this is not your typical rum. You know, it's these. You have an 8-year age and a silver, but we really set out to try to do something very premium that has no added color, no flavor. It's not sweetened. It's not spiced. It's not in that world. If you're a bourbon or whiskey drinker, a lot of people have been loving the aged rum because it sits in such a similar profile.
Yes.
And the silver's incredible as well, and that's what I love about it. It's different.
Well, we've just met, so I'm sorry to maybe reveal too much, but my nickname in my own family, based on occasion, being fortunate enough to go to the beautiful 50th state of Hawaii, the nickname in my household is Mr. Mai Tai.
Oh, wow. That's a great nickname, by the way.
Because I do kind of dig my Mai Tais.
So I've hit you with your next best Mai Tai rum.
Is that we can do this?
That's what they're here for. You got them. They're yours.
Okay. Wow.
Maybe.
They're ours to keep and maybe have right now. Is anybody would anybody like some rum?
I'll try anything twice.
If let's jump in.
Let's go.
Let's jump straight in here. Okay.
Now, I tell you, the aged is overproof, 92, so you get a nice little...
Ooh. Jay, what would you like? Which one would you like?
Let's go with the clear.
Okay, let's go with the clear. I feel like, should I Tom Cruise it and flip it in the air?
I think you should do all of that, yes.
Because
spin it, catch it.
It'd be great television. Okay, here we go. I'm going to... Ooh. Oh, that's
a great sound. I know.
By the way,
let's get that as a
you had me at hello on that one right there. Speaking of another Tom
Cruise
line.
Mai Tai now that we're talking about
All right, here we go. All right, is that enough or is that not enough?
Great. That's great.
Okay,
I mean, it depends how added people want to get.
Liz, come on in if you don't mind. Not to. There you go.
I will actually try. I'll try the dark. Let's open both of them.
It allows me to make that noise again.
That's what I mean.
Does it open the same way every time?
Yeah, it does. It's got a nice little pop.
Right.
And even for me with the silver, as you guys explore, just even a pinch of lime in it's amazing. And then obviously tons of great cocktails.
Okay.
How many limes here?
Dude, what is this?
I don't know.
It's not.
You never know what we have
There's
here.
no produce aisle
I'm just
here.
saying, we've got everything else in this studio.
Fridge in the back. You never know what's in
Guys,
there.
I'm opening up
Sorry.
the bottle
He's
of
the bartender right now. It's
Here we go.
amazing.
Here we go. Ready?
That wasn't the same.
Should I do
I think you should try it
the
again.
love boat thing going on right now?
You were too far from the mic.
I'm now. Here we go.
Oh, I hear that though.
Okay, there we go.
All right.
TJ, would you like any? Not really.
Let's go with a little bit of that clear.
Go with some of the clear.
You give me some of that dark, I might start wilding out.
Some of that clear.
Thank you, Jay Pelly.
TJ said some of that clear, not quoting Barry Bonds or anything like that. See, I do that for the Dodger fan that's sitting right here. Take a shot at Bonds.
Man.
You want the clear? Is that what you want?
I'll try the clear.
Okay,
That's
try the
nice.
clear.
That is
So
good.
I'm glad
TJ.
you're loving it.
Wow.
All right.
You know, it's funny because with the silver, not a lot of silver rums. Actually, very few are sippable. It's not what you
Right.
think, and that's one of the things that we were super proud of with coming with that blend.
All
Just a
right.
sip. It was
Here we
great.
go. Drinking on the air with Eric Winter.
Why not?
On the Rich Eisen Show. Cheers. Skull to you.
What took you so long to get here, Eric? I mean,
Lifting up your mornings.
First hour.
I mean, Taryn Killen showed up empty-handed before. What the hell?
how dare you?
Yeah, come on.
You're raising
So
the bar high for future guests, Eric.
You are, yes, he is, no doubt. You are from here in Los Angeles? You're a native?
From LA, yeah, born and raised.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm
What
one
part-
of the few.
What part of Los Angeles?
So I grew up inland, city of industry, La Puente.
Yes.
Is where I grew up. Went to college at UCLA. That's when I kind of came out to this area.
Okay.
Wanted to be a doctor. Funny enough, ended up being an actor. I was, pre-med at UCLA and fell into this business and shattered all my parents' dreams of becoming a doctor.
So you're pre-med in UCLA?
Yeah.
What was the medicine you were studying?
I wanted to do sports medicine was my goal. I was
Okay.
an athlete my whole life, so I was kind of like the direction I was headed. But I was a psychobiology major, just kind of going through the early stages of, what it took to go to med school.
Right.
Started dating a girl, and it's always a girl that sends you down a different path, right? No, I started dating a girl, and she's like, "Why aren't you acting or modeling in this town? You should be doing something like that." And I took her word for it and rolled the dice, and here I am 20-something years later with a career in acting.
Screw it, I'm going to go. I'm going to go in this direction. It could not have been a Jewish girl because the Jewish mom would want the doctor. Okay. Yeah. I just went there. I can go there.
Can confirm.
You can confirm, right? Like
Definitely.
I had a big pivot.
My mother would be like, "Why would you not want the doctor?" Okay. But so, what did you do? Did you start auditioning? You got an agent? I mean, how does one pivot like that?
Yeah, it was a weird. It was actually an awkward, funny thing. The girl, she introduced me to a guy who was a manager, and then he said, take some pictures of yourself, and I can submit to some modeling agencies, and if you can do some pictures in your underwear too, that would be great. And I was like, this is so weird. Like I'm going to take pictures of my underwear and give them to some stranger, and that's just how modeling works. And I got lucky and got an agent, and very early on booked this big Tommy Hilfiger campaign back when Rebecca Romaine was doing it, and I became the guy, and she was the girl, and you just kind of make a profession out of it at that point.
Right.
And I had to tell my family, I said, look, I'm missing class. My grades are dropping. I went back and finally graduated with a degree in psychology. Thank you. Made my mom happy that I completed that path.
Yeah, absolutely.
And but it was hard to say no at that point. I was traveling all over the world, and I was making money that I never thought I would see at that stage of my life. And started taking acting serious and taking classes and drama classes, et cetera. And
then
here we are.
And then you wound up on a soap.
And then I ended up on a soap. That was my first sort of big gig. Did a contract on Days of Our Lives, which was amazing. Great experience, training, learned so much. And, broke off and done a bunch of different shows and different movies. And then finally, you land a show that goes 7 seasons. You never see it coming.
No doubt. I mean, The Rookie's in its 7th season again, Tuesdays at 9 on ABC, and you can check it out on Hulu, which is available right here on this awesome portal of Roku. And so your character on Days, that's right. That's how you shorthand it, Days.
Yep.
Right. It's not Lives, right? It's Days.
No, it's just Days.
Days. Okay, so you're on Days.
I'm on Days.
Okay,
great character you're going to talk about right now too.
So, what's the strangest thing your character did or had happen to your character on Days? Eric?
Flat out, my character started as an alien. When I came down in a pod with a twin sister in a tinfoil skirt.
What?
Which goes back to having my shirt off as a model. Like I was naked in a pod with a tinfoil skirt and didn't speak for 6 months.
What?
Of the acting gig.
So you were a wordless alien.
Wordless
to start
alien
on Days.
that ended up being a genetically engineered human being down the road. Because that's what happens after, 50 years of a soap opera. They got to figure out story. So, I was an alien that, honestly, imagine you're on anything, right? 6 months you don't speak.
Yeah.
So I had no lines to remember, which is, soaps are like the hardest, sort of field to learn lines in. It's a script a day.
Yes.
I didn't have to talk at all. I had to look at things and analyze them. It kind of came like silent acting. I had to analyze everything and walk around and take everything in new for the first time because I was an alien.
Did you ever sit there and go, "Why did I give up medicine?"
Yeah, many times. I sat there and said, "What am I doing? This is the craziest existence."
Wow.
But it ended up. I ended up learning so much, and it was quite an experience.
Well, I'll go here as a follow-up because I know a lot of athletes, especially baseball players, when they're on the road, would watch soaps.
It's very true.
Because they would sit, they're just sitting in their hotel rooms, just flipping around.
Yep.
And they would watch soaps. Did you ever run into any of these players?
Peyton Manning had come by at one point. Shaq had come by.
Come on.
And I swear to God, Shaq was like full-blown fan of the show. Knew everything. Because like you said, in between when they have downtime, it's what's on in the middle of the day.
Right.
And a lot of them knew all about the storylines. They knew everything.
Peyton Manning?
Yeah. It was the craziest thing.
No kidding.
Yeah.
And did they know your character and your plight and stuff like that?
Like they knew about it and loosely, but they just knew Days. It was like one of their favorite shows, which is crazy to me.
That's the way it is, man. It is wild that some of the biggest fans of soap operas are some of the biggest athletes that you would never think are. Like
I was shocked.
You were?
Yeah, I was shocked. I'm like, what is Shaq? Why does he want to take a picture with? What? It's Shaq. Like in his prime, Shaq.
In his prime. And you're a Laker fan too, right?
Yeah, it was incredible.
That's pretty cool.
It was incredible.
All right. So how do you handle the Dodgers just buying their way to championships now.
Same way the Yankees did it for however long they did it.
Exactly.
I mean, that's all New York did for however long it was, and it drove everybody crazy.
I earned that response. I did.
And I will say this, the Dodgers had a more innovative way of doing it, right? They started deferring all these contracts. You hadn't seen that before. They're be able to bring in more and more people. And
well, you got to find people willing to do that to start. Like, for instance, Juan Soto said no to that. He said, I will not defer.
True.
And they then had a billionaire owner who's just like, says, I don't care.
I mean, Shohei set an incredible precedent, but then I also read some insane fact about his endorsement earnings compared to the rest of the entire league.
Yes.
It's not even he doesn't need it by any means.
There are few people who at the age of 30 can basically say, I will work for a retirement plan.
Yeah.
Because I have enough of another side gig based on the gig that I'm willing to turn into a retirement plan. Yeah. It is wild.
And I don't know if what I read was totally accurate, but it was something like he would get $50 million a year in endorsements, and then the next drop off was a single-digit million for the next player. It was a massive chunk of money.
Well, you go to what you would used to go to Angel Stadium or now Dodger Stadium, and you see, video boards filled with his cologne, and his drink, and I mean, why not? We're living in his world.
So smart. Now the pressure is on. If the Dodgers don't win the World Series, then I'm a little nervous about that. But we're in a great place.
I mean, the pressure is what? Like if they don't win multiple ones? I mean, you're water skiing behind yachts right now as a Dodger fan, sir.
Yes. They just need to break the all-time winning record for a season, and that would be awesome.
They can.
They can, for sure.
Definitely can.
Certainly if you keep on adding stars who are willing to just say, I'll take the 401k plan, please.
We'll work for food.
You know what?
Come on.
A Dodger dog?
Right.
By the way, I would work for those too sometimes. Those are really good. Although you don't strike me as a guy that goes to the stadium and grabs a Dodger dog. Yeah.
I like good Dodger dog.
Okay.
I like good Dodger dog.
How's that treating? I just heard you're taking a sip of the Palm
good.
Republic rum.
You got the silver, you got the age, right? Silver.
I might have to wait an hour before driving home.
Yeah, I can't drive home immediately here.
Wow, you are pounding bow over there. What is going on?
It's delicious, bro.
Okay.
I'm so glad. I'm so glad.
I didn't mean to denigrate the rum. It's just like it's supposed to sip it.
I love it.
Well, actually, I always drink tea, so I poured a little bit in the tea too.
Oh, nice.
So I got a little bit of this and a little bit of this.
Wow.
TJ is
I like it. Mix it over. Mix all of it.
Somebody call me an Uber.
I know.
Homie.
You know what? If he keeps drinking like that, the Cowboys might win the Super Bowl.
Oh,
wow. Does that mean I get to go back in time when life was great?
The Dodgers win total is 104.5. Like, that's insane.
That's a temperature.
Like, you got to go to the hospital at 104.5.
Right?
That's like an easy listening radio station.
it's just
80s soft rock.
104.5.
That's funny.
Oh, smooth Otani jazz. What the hell, man? Come on.
That sounds about right.
What do you think of the Luka trade?
Listen, we got to win again. We lost last night. I couldn't believe that loss.
Right.
I think it's amazing. I think it's going to be it's the future of where the Lakers are headed. I think it's a great setup for building. Clearly, this was as controversial as a trade as people could think about. I mean, Dallas fans are going nuts.
Yeah.
There's threats. There's all kinds of stuff. I mean, you
Right.
gave away a player in his prime.
Unreal. You could even say it's pre-prime.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I know he's been in the league, 6-7 years at this point in time, but he's 25.
Yeah, whatever went on in Dallas that we all don't know exactly the details must be very interesting gossip. I did read something, I don't know if it's true, because I think, was it the Nuggets that were involved in it, or Jazz? Who was it that was involved in the trade?
Utah.
Which Danny Ainge, he had no idea that he'd be helping the Lakers in this whole thing.
He would have never done it.
Which is wild. Yeah, he would never have approved
Never
it.
have done it.
But it's the future, for sure.
And you're hearing, though, and you kind of see it in the body language, that Luka still is in a fog of being traded, and it's going to take some time for him to get his physical sea legs under him because he was out for a month before being acquired.
Yep.
But he's still kind of shocked by the trade. And I was just saying the other day, just to bring, I guess, all your fandom in one mix here, that the Lakers should connect him with Freddie Freeman, because when Freddie got, he was told by the Braves, thanks for the World Series, but we're not willing to pay you what we'll let you walk. That it took him some time here to realize life is okay. You're still Freddie Freeman. You know, you're not. Your identity was that. But now look at Freddie Freeman, you know, World Series hero for the Los Angeles Dodgers. Is Los Angeles an athlete as there is in this town right now?
Yep.
And maybe, you know, he can call up Luka and just say, I get it, but just sit back and look at the 75-degree weather and be a Los Angeles, you know, stud.
Yeah, one of the most storied franchises there is. I mean, I think you're exactly right, and I see it full force. When you see him on the court, he doesn't look like his swaggy, confident self at the moment. Like he's finding his rhythm. He's finding that match with LeBron.
Yeah,
and
when to defer, when is he comfortable telling LeBron, I've got this?
And I think they'd say LeBron's his idol. That's how he grew up, you know, similar game and style. And I think it's going to take time for them to blend and figure it all out, which I think Shaq even talked about at one point in an interview. And it makes sense. I think it's going to come very soon and maybe at the right time.
Right.
But he just had, I wouldn't be a bad idea, actually. Just he should talk to another major star that
came to Los Angeles after he was, you know, again, it was his choice eventually to leave by free agency, but his choice might have been to stay. I want to be a Brave for life. He just won a World Series there.
For sure. For Luka, it was a bit of an ego blow.
It has to be.
Not a bit, a lot.
Out of the blue. Yeah. Like at least, you know, Freeman could get the idea, well, negotiations are tougher than I thought.
Yeah.
And it didn't just come out of like on a phone call one night, you know?
And they said, Luka bought a house, just closed on a house like the day before. I mean, he was, you know, he set up his life there.
And I would say, you know, to help him relax, just give him some Palm Republic rum. But
I like that idea.
But that is counter to his condition.
The complaints.
That was reason why he might be a Laker, is he had a beer taken out of his hand once upon a time. But
which is a funny clip.
I'm just trying to move your product.
I'm all about it. If it makes him a better Laker, I'm fine. And a consumer of Palm Republic, it's perfect.
It's
a great idea, Rich.
It's what we call a win-win. Thanks for coming on, man. Great to meet you. Great to have you here. Thanks for plying Rich Eisen Show crew with liquor. Appreciate that.
Sir.
Sure.
And I, Mr. Mai Tai, I'm referring to myself in the third person as such. Appreciate
Mr.
this.
Mai Tai.
I can't wait to have this as a Mai Tai.
No, thank you so much.
That's the way I consume my rum. Palm Republic Rum. How can people go at Palm Republic Rum on Instagram? Is that
our main DTC is at palmrepublicrum.com. You can go to our website. Our big market right now that we are, you know, Total Wines and all in is Florida. That's like it's the rum capital. You got to kind of put your stake in the ground there first.
Sure.
And it's been going fantastic there. So we're starting to look at our expansion in this next phase into other states, but. Yeah, go to the website for now.
Recently won a gold medal at the 2024 San Francisco World Spirits Competition.
Yep.
Interesting that a Dodger fan would win in San Francisco.
And New York we won it, which is crazy.
Well, I mean, we don't have to bring that up again about winning in New York. But thanks for coming on here, sir. And everybody, check out The Rookie on ABC's Season 7 at 9 Eastern on Tuesdays, and then, of course, on Hulu, which is available right here on Roku. That is Eric Winter here on The Rich Eisen Show. Catch The Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.